From 1910 to 1945, present-day South Korea was under Tokyo's colonial rule, with over 780,000 South Koreans mobilized as forced laborers for Japanese companies or sex slaves for the military. A painful part of their history which has hindered the relationship between Seoul and Tokyo. In a new attempt to repair ties, South Korea proposed a plan to compensate forced labor victims and their families.
As part of the support for forced labor victims and their family members, the Foundation for Victims of Forced Mobilization by Imperial Japan will pay compensation and delayed interest to the plaintiffs of 3 Supreme Court decisions in 2018.
In addition to compensation money being funded by South Korean private sector companies, Seoul hopes that Japanese companies would take the initiative to contribute as well. Japan welcomed the decision but stressed that its companies are not required to pay since Tokyo's 1965 treaty had already settled reparations package of $800 million in grants and cheap loans. But in 2018, the South Korean Supreme Court ordered Japanese companies to pay further compensation directly to the victims. This morning, South Korea's plan received backlash from victims' families, accusing the government of capitulating to Tokyo.
It's so pitiful. The Yoon Suk-yeol government is pushing ahead with pro-Japanese trade negotiations that trample on the established legal rights of its citizens and exempt Japanese war criminal enterprises from legal responsibility. It is unacceptable violence.
Washington has hailed the move as a groundbreaking new chapter as it urges Japan and South Korea to present a united front to counteract the nuclear threats from North Korea.
That wraps it up for this edition.